Hi, I'm Libby Gibson, Town Manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. We're doing this via Skype again.
We
Hopefully
love
it's
it.
working okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. At the Board of Selectmen's meeting this week, I must confess something. I wasn't actually there because I had a sick child at home that had to be looked after, so I wasn't able to go to the meeting. And also the Assistant Town Manager, Greg, was not able to go to the meeting because he was off island. So Erica, our project manager, had to run the meeting basically, from the staff point of view. So she, from by all accounts, did a great job doing that, and it went on well. There also wasn't a lot of business that Greg or I really had to be there for.
Okay.
But among the items that the board took up included, it was Real Estate Wednesday, so they did some real estate items. Some were continued to other dates. There was, I guess the big thing, the thing that took up the most time was an HDC appeal, which did not even get a final vote. It's continued to next week's meeting, November 4th. These HDC appeals take, Gino, you've sat through them, a long time.
Arduous.
So they're arduous. I would call it that. That's
Yeah.
a perfect
Now,
word for
what
it.
was this one about again? A hedge?
This had to do with 27 North Liberty Street and
Oh,
something like that.
that one again. That one.
That
Yeah.
one again. It's instead of 29, it's 27 now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so they got through it, but didn't make a final vote. They wanted to think about it more. There was also a public hearing to consider applications for our new real estate assessment committee, and I don't think they actually made any appointments yet. They're going to continue to seek out applicants and think about it. We had an update from the DPW about snow and ice operations going forward for the winter, which apparently was very good. We had an update regarding the cost of the new fire station, and I guess that went pretty
Is that
well.
going to stay? Does the update mean that it's costing more than?
Yes, it's costing more than the appropriation made at the 2015 annual town meeting of $15 million. We need another $2 million. And this wasn't totally unexpected, unfortunately, but municipal construction costs are skyrocketing. So this is what we're going for at the special. We're going to go for $2 million additional. We had summer reports from the police department, visitor services, the airport, and a couple of other departments.
Did you hear anything about anything that we should know about? Anything that stands?
I don't think there was anything out of the ordinary. Mostly very busy.
Yeah.
What else did we do? The board ratified. So let me back up on this. The HDC had a vacancy recently. Dawn Hill Holgate, who is a member of the Board of Selectmen, was also on the HDC, and she resigned from the HDC. And now there's a vacancy. So the HDC legislation allows the chairman of the HDC to make one of the alternate members a regular member in the event of a vacancy. And there was supposed to, I guess, kind of be ratified by the board or accepted by the board. And if the board was accepting of that action, then the action stands, and the alternate member, there would then be an alternate member vacancy. If the board didn't want that, the board could make the appointment, Board of Selectmen, that is. So they accepted the appointment, evidently, and now there's a vacancy for an alternate member of the HDC.
Are we having any issues finding people that want to be on that board?
I would say so.
Okay.
It's arduous, like you say, to be on that board.
It is, huh?
There's
Yeah.
probably more I could say about that, but
I mean, I've heard that.
I mean, it's
So we got to give
very,
the people that serve a lot of credit for hanging in there.
yes, and it's a very necessary board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
just those meetings. I can't even imagine.
Right.
There was also an item regarding Housing Nantucket and the Richmond Group and a property transfer. I wasn't at the meeting, though, and I don't totally know how that discussion went or got resolved, so I can't say too much about that. And the board acted on, well, not acted on, really, made some comments to the special town meeting warrant articles. Remember, there's a special town meeting coming up on November 9th, and their comments basically were to support the Finance Committee motions.
Right.
Now, Gino, unfortunately, I am now realizing that the November 4th meeting, next week's meeting, is not quite posted yet.
Okay.
And I don't have it with me, but from what I can recall of it, we have what do we have coming up there? I can hardly remember. We have 3, I believe, HDC appeals, though. The one continued from last week, and and there's 2 more. So that's going to be a long night, as it is.
Okay.
And we're probably rearranging the agenda a little bit to put those closer to the end so that we can get our regular business deal with before we go into the HCC appeals that not everybody needs to sit through.
Okay.
I think we also have, Gino, I'm really sorry about this. I honestly cannot remember what is on the agenda for next week. I'll probably remember on Wednesday.
People who,
I should.
yeah, people can always go online and check that out, right?
Yes, it's just probably Erica's posting it today. It was really busy yesterday, and
Right.
I'm sure she didn't quite get to it. And she was doing a whole lot of things yesterday. I will say though, another thing that happened this week was we met with some of the individuals who have concerns about our island home and the relocation of it. And we went over all of the reasons why we believe the facility needs to be relocated to Sherburne Commons. And there is, I think, some not quite understanding about all of the reasons, but an understanding that we do need a new facility somewhere. So we are going to be working on scheduling, we have scheduled a forum next Wednesday, November 4th at 11:30 at the Dreamland in the studio room. And we're going to have the architect there, and we'll review with anybody who's concerned about it what the issues are that make us believe we need to move the facility to Sherburne Commons. It's very complex. It's not as simple as just rebuild it where it is. There are financial issues, there are wetlands issues, there are size, site constraints, there are regulatory issues. It's not as straightforward as people might think. So if people are interested in that, Wednesday the 4th, we'll put this on the website too, at 11:30 at the Dreamland.
Now, this issue, Libby, how is this issue, how will it proceed? Does it have to go to town meeting?
Well, one of the misunderstandings seemed to be just what we're going to town meeting for. We're going to town meeting for $1 million for design and funds that will help us determine any additional options, exploring options of where to put the island home, how to size it. It's not, I'm not going to say it's a done deal that it will go to Sherburne Commons, but all arrows point to that being the best site.
Does that,
taking all
does the town decide
into
that though, or is it just do the selectmen decide where it's going? Who decides when, who's going to make the
The
final?
selectmen will
I see. Okay.
the selectmen will make a final decision. They haven't made an actual vote, but they have pretty much endorsed the idea. They will need to make a formal vote sometime sort of soon. So the $1 million at the special doesn't necessarily mean the facility will 100% go there, but it's very likely is how I want to say this. We also already voted this $1 million at the annual town meeting. However, the vote was invalid because the motion was written incorrectly through an inadvertent error.
Oh.
So this isn't, a new item that has just come up. So if anybody would like to attend, that's out there.
Okay. That date again is what date did you say?
Wednesday, November 4th
Okay.
at 11:30 at the Dreamland.
All right.
I really wish I could remember what else is coming up next Wednesday. Oh, I should probably mention we have a pre-town meeting conference with the moderator at 2 o'clock on Wednesday the 4th as well, and in anticipation of the special town meeting, which starts on Monday, November 9th at 6 o'clock at the high school.
Coming up.
Coming up. That's, I mean, it's like, might as well be tomorrow. Everything's coming up.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. I mean,
Lying. Lying.
it's how,
Unbelievable.
I know.
Jeez.
I gotta get practically have to have the annual town meeting warrant almost done by now. Not quite, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
So that's about what's going on in town government.